Hello friends, welcome. Today I am going to show you how to paint this image. Anyone can do it, even if he or she has no knowledge of painting, or he or she has no skill or not efficient. Even though he or she can do it, you can do it. Just follow me and try it and see yourself. If you knew or have no knowledge on painting, then you need a reference image. As I took a reference image to do this one, you don't have to copy everything here, just some parts of the image. I will paint this one, the little bird, the dried flower, one or two leaves, another bird, a red flower, and a few branches like this. That's all. Just 9 things. To do this, you have to first select. You can use any selection tool, lasso tool, polygonal lasso tool, magnetic lasso tool, or pen tool, or magic wand tool. Any tool which is convenient to you. I am using magnetic lasso tool. I have already done this job, already selected and saved them. Save it, go to select menu, save selection, name it, say yellow flower. Okay. Control D. Then say this bird. One thing, whichever tool you use, you should keep a feather of at least 2 pixels, 1 or 2 pixels. It depends upon the resolution. Higher the resolution, higher the feather value. Again, I'm going to save it. Select, save selection, and name yellow bird. Okay, control D. You can do the same job in different way. I'm showing you. Open the channel palette. What you have saved here, selection, load selection, yellow flower, yellow flower, yellow flower, this one. What you have saved here will be shown here, yellow flower. So if you save it in selection menu, you can see it here in channel. You can get the channel in window, channel. Primarily it has the 3 channels, red, green, blue, and all other the channels what you are seeing, I created them. Other way is select it, same process, say this bar, and create a new channel, fill with white color, Alt delete or Alt backspace, name it yellow bird, say 01. Another yellow bird is here, 01. Enter. So If you save here in selection menu, like yellow bird, you will see here. And if you save here in channel yellow bird 01, you will see here yellow bird 01. This is the most easiest way to save. And go back to composite channel RGB, Control D, delete. Say I'm going to select this one. And create a new channel, fill it with white, name it dried flower. Both way you can set the selection. Usually selection, if you create a selection and set the file, selection will not be set. To save the selection, you have to go to save the selection from selection menu or create a alpha channel with white. To get the selection from channel, you have to just click here by pressing Ctrl. There is, here it is. This one. Just pressing Ctrl, you can get the selection. And from the select menu, you have to load selection. Branch. Click here, new selection, OK. Selection, load selection, branch, OK. This one. So either way you can get the selection from selection menu or from the channel palette. It is easier to get the selection from the channel palette. Only just pressing Ctrl and clicking on the thumbnail of the alpha channel what you have created. So I am going to start with that, say this yellow flower, and white to reposition, open the eye and just beside it here, and yellow flower, click pressing Ctrl, click here, get the selection, back to RGB channel, close the eye, you will get the selection. And every time for every selection you have to create a new layer. Everything will be in separate layer. This one is the selection part. Now the brush. What type of brush you will use? I use Photoshop default brush. This one, soft, round, pressure, opacity. I took the soft round pressure brush. Here it is. And with it, I add a dual brush. My soft round pressure brush is the primary brush and dual round brush is the secondary brush. This is the brush size. Here is the size. This is the brush. Harder the pressure, the harder the color, the deeper the color. Light pressure, light color. When we add dual brush, then see the difference. Same size, without the dual brush, with the dual brush. Why it is so? Because the size of the dual brush is different from the brush, original primary brush. Dual brush size is 4 pixel and primary brush size is 58 pixel. What does the primary brush do? It defines the area of the size, 58 pixel size, and the dual brush works in that area, not outside. In that area it works. There are 4 items: size, spacing, scatter, count. Just like this. Spacing is like this. Scatter and count the pieces, the number of pieces will grow more. So my initial configuration is brush 77, dual brush 30, 71, 392. Configure the brush and try it on a blank layer. When you are satisfied, save it from here, new brush presets with a suitable name, and OK. You can save the same brush with different settings as many times as you wish. It will be convenient for future use. Create it on a new layer. You have a reference image, you have an advantage. Watch carefully in the original image the highlight, shadows and the color tones. While brush is selected, you can copy color from the original image by pressing Alt and apply to your paintings. Watch carefully where is the highlight, the shadows and tones, and copy the color from the original image. You can apply it. If you increase the size of the dual brush, you can get thinner line and like this. Where this is the shadows area. Alt clicking, copy some color. You can also copy color from your image and minimize the sharpness of the edge. If you do this and if you have no idea or efficiency or skill in painting, if you do this a few times, you can do it yourself. Then you don't need any reference image, or you can apply color of your own. Don't go for exact copies. Just follow some in the original image, some highlights, shadows and midtones. Keep the selection while you paint. Don't remove it, otherwise the color will go outside of the area and it will be messed up. you should keep in mind that there is no transparency uh, inside your painting area. You have to do it with the selection. If you do it without selection, then the color will go out of the area. In that case, you have to unlock transparency pixels from a layer palette. You can use label or curves from image or layer menu uh, to more separation and to pop up the image. Again, the same way, go to channel on the thumbnail of the alpha layer of your desired layer, get the selection, create new layer, and copy the color from your reference image and apply it to your paint, to your image. If the selection is disturbing you, you can hide it, still keeping it by Control H. It will be still there, but in hiding mode. And again, Control H, you will get it back. It will be visible. Control H, invisible, and Control H again, it will be visible. The interesting thing is that with these assets of objects, what are you creating? With these assets, you can create multiple documents with multiple image, separate image, different image. By arranging them in different ways, you can get several image files. You can use it again and again. You have the advantage of reuse it whenever you require. By the way, I request you to watch my other videos, how to draw and paint in Photoshop. The link is here at the top. And I also request you to subscribe my channel. By the way, this image was photographed by me at Julu in East Sikkim, especially in East Sikkim, beautiful place with beautiful landscape. you should not have problem uh, choosing colors, as you have a reference image and you can choose color while brush in hand. Active brush is active. If you press alt, you can get the eyedropper tool and copy the color. Just watch carefully the tones of the colors, shades, where is the mid-tone, highlights and shadows, and paint them accordingly. And you don't need to follow exactly the reference image. You can apply your imagination too. And you doing this for a few times, you can do it yourself without any reference image. You should only be careful about the transparency. No area should be left transparent. First, after creating the selection, you have to fill all the selection area with the mid-tones, mainly the mid-tones, mid-tone color, and then apply highlights and shadows. If you leave a transparent area, then the objects in the layer below it will be visible. I pressed Ctrl H to hide the selection. It is convenient where the selection is much narrower to hide it, and if you want to unhide it, then again Ctrl H, press Ctrl H, it will be visible. Now unhide all the layers you have created and arrange them as they are in the reference image, or it will be better if you arrange them in your own way. You can create a different image or different painting. No one will tell you that it is copied. Here you can retouch a bit some of them so that they don't seem to be copied. Though I did not do it, just a little bit of retouching in the place of shadows or highlights, they will look different. I make a group with all these newly created layers. Here is some retouching on a new layer in that group. The new layer is at the top. I have grouped all the images and create a second copy. I convert the second group as smart objects and applied Gaussian blurs after making it the size bigger than the first one. Again copy the blurry group and placed it in the other way behind at the bottom of the top original one, just to create a illusion of bokeh. This is the final image, and this is the reference image. The final one. I did another one arranging a different way, but I think this one is better, much better than that one. Thank you for watching, and a request, please subscribe my channel.